Hi. So today I will be talking to you about cancel culture. I will be presenting cancel culture found in our society today. Here is one of my first images, cancel culture. So, cancel culture has become a widely known platform used to take away the opinions, beliefs, and freedom of speech from people trying to be themselves. Now, as a whole, humans make mistakes throughout their entire lifetime, everywhere they go, every day. It's just a natural part of life. Now, to cancel someone for these mistakes because you disapprove or dislike something that they said, something of a past transgression from their past, is similar to silencing someone just because you don't like what they have to say. It's similar to cutting off someone in the middle of a conversation because you just don't want to hear what they have to say anymore. And cancel culture has been found everywhere. It's been running through social media, politics, our everyday life. It's been running through even children's stories. Things from decades ago are being represented and canceled. From an article in my apologies, an article by the name of When Republicans Cancel Culture. What does it really mean? It states that cancel culture is everywhere, as in the phrase that inundates you lately when you listen to a political speech or turn on the cable news. The phrase is so pervasive that it's arguably background noise in American politics now. That was an article from February 2021, just recently. Now, not only is it becoming background noise in the political world, it is becoming background noise throughout the entire world. Many people won't listen to you if you offend them or if they don't like what you say. They automatically cancel you. Now, due to social media, cancel culture has become easier to perpetuate throughout society. Cancel culture, especially among social media at this moment, can increase one's social status. And I believe that is why cancel culture has increased, to increase one's social status in a larger group setting. It has been seen that when one person or a group of people cancel something they find offensive, cancel something they find disagreeable, they choose to go to social media to gather people and gather attention, to rally behind them, to cancel a specific object or person or ideal that they don't agree with. Thus, creating a larger social standing, a larger social group working to tear down something they do not like, rather than acknowledging they may agree or disagree, or acknowledge that people have the right to express themselves how they please, when they please, and they can say whatever they like. That is the freedom of speech. Now, you may not like what someone has to say, but that doesn't mean you try to cancel them and shut them down completely. Cancel culture is becoming a wide-known threat to society. A nation that often prides itself for its freedom of speech is working to take away that freedom of speech from certain individuals, if not all. Yet now the individuals who believe they are entitled are complaining and think their complaints have a right to turn an entire audience to them and further complain when an audience does not give them the attention they crave. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but you are just being challenged. You are just being held accountable for yourself, or you are just not very well liked by certain people, and that is okay. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone has to like you. The world is meant to challenge you. On the opposite side of this viewpoint, many people view canceling culture as a way for people to take accountability for actions they made in the past. One moment, I'm going to pause my share. Many people view canceling culture as a way for people to take accountability for their past transgressions and apologize openly for the world to see, and yet they still get canceled. Calling someone out for not behaving accordingly in their past is not something that we should do. It is their past. It should stay in the past rather than bring it up now and continue to shut them down and cancel them for something that they have already regretted and put behind them. Now, about 58% of US adults say in general, calling out others on social media is more likely to hold people accountable. However, there is 38% of US adults that say it is more likely to punish people who don't deserve it. I can see both sides and understand how people can be held accountable through social media and through cancel culture. But there is a way to hold someone accountable for their actions. A conversation can always be had. It doesn't have to be shut down completely because of one wrong thing they've said. Those that view canceling culture as a way to appropriately censor someone or hold someone accountable find this is a way to put an end to any offensive or insensitive words or actions presented by a larger group. Canceling culture has provided a way for people to take accountability for their transactions, not only personally, but publicly as well. People actively censor themselves daily to say the correct things or to not offend an individual. This has created a larger source of camaraderie throughout social media and in person. And this is because cancel culture is not a solitary activity. As said by Henderson in his 5 reasons why people love to cancel culture. People enjoy uniting around a common purpose. They derive satisfaction from coming together against a perpetrator. So this builds a bond of social justice, a wave of social justice coming to help you take down what you don't like. Canceling culture left and right does not help our society progress. In fact, it only helps us regress. It only helps us regress as our peers, friends, co-workers, and family work to shut down things they don't like or don't want, rather than removing themselves from that particular situation or ideal. Now, I do agree that canceling certain cultures, such as the rape culture throughout society, the culture of racism, the culture of sexism throughout society, I believe those are great cultures to cancel greatly. However, we cannot move forward if we are stuck on removing the past. Rather than canceling someone because you do not like their ideas or do not like that you can't change their opinion to reflect your own, have a conversation with people, bounce ideas around, go back and forth, agree to disagree, agree on something, disagree on other things. It's okay to have an open conversation. And if in the end you do not agree, and you feel the conversation was not productive, you can walk away. There's always the option to walk away. You do not have to actively put yourself into a situation where you believe that it is necessary to cancel someone. Lastly, we cannot progress into a more inclusive society if we are tearing down others for having a different opinion than our own, or for saying something when they were more or less a child. So I encourage everyone to have a conversation with their family members, their peers, their coworkers, their friends, anyone just in the coffee shop, and talk about some real topics and get to know someone. And if you don't like that person, that's okay. They don't need to be canceled. We can all just move on separately and live in our own ideals. Thank you.